The shortcut button to open the spectrometer configuration window, this one here, will be enabled if a spectrometer is connected to the system and has been successfully detected and initialized by libsoft. Selecting the shortcut button will display the configuration window on top of the main libsoft screen. An APL spectrometer module can contain from 1 to 8 Avantes spectrometer channels depending on the overall bandwidth of the module. The spectrometer configuration window shows the parameters for each channel separately. The spectrometer module used in this demonstration video contains 6 channels. One of the channels is designated as the master channel, and the remaining channels as slaves. The trigger signal from the laser Q switch is connected to the master channel, and the slave channels are synchronized to this master. The master channel is factory set as the channel with the lowest wavelength range. It is therefore important that this channel is configured as the master in the spectrometer configuration window. This should be set by default, and there is no reason to change this setting unless the hardware in the spectrometer module is reconfigured. Note that if the incorrect channel is set as the master in the spectrometer configuration window, spectrum acquisitions will time out, as the spectrometers will not receive a trigger signal from the laser Q switch. The wavelength range of each channel is also factory set, so that the overall range of the spectrometer module is continuous without any wavelength gaps or overlaps between channels. The wavelength range of a channel can be adjusted within the set limits for that channel, but there should be no need to do so. Individual spectrometer channels can also be disabled if required. No data will then be acquired from the disabled channel. This is, however, generally unnecessary and potentially even undesirable. It should be noted that the master channel cannot be disabled. The primary spectrometer parameters that can be adjusted, therefore, are the integration time and the integration delay. The integration time is the length of time for which the spectrometer sensors are exposed to the plasma light generated by the interaction of the laser output with the sample. The integration delay is the delay between the laser shot and the time at which the sensors are first exposed to the plasma light. There are at least 3 different types of Avantes spectrometers that can be used in the APL spectrometer modules. Each type has slightly different performance features and limits on the parameters that can be set, so it is important that the correct one is selected in the system configuration window when the libsoft application is started. Once initialized correctly, the integration time and delay values will be automatically coerced to the allowable range for the spectrometer type in use. At the bottom of the spectrometer configuration window are 2 checkboxes to select between using either the master settings or the slave settings. If Use Master Settings is selected, as it is here, the integration time and delay for all channels will be set to those of the master channel. So if we say change the integration time of the master to 50 microseconds, we can see that all the other channels are changed accordingly. Similarly for the integration delay. If Use Slave Settings is selected, it is possible to select different values of integration time and delay for each channel. So we may wish to set the integration time on channel 2 back to 100. But the integration time of the remaining channels stays at 50 microseconds. This option is potentially advantageous if there is a significant difference in the peak intensities or spectrometer channel sensitivities in different regions of the wavelength range. At the bottom right of the configuration window there are 2 further buttons. The one on the right is used to reinitialize the spectrometers. This is generally only necessary if there is an unexpected communications failure between the computer and the spectrometer module. The second button is used to display additional data about the different spectrometer channels. The data displayed includes the serial number of each channel, the status of each channel, the sensor type, the number of pixels in the sensor, and the nominal maximum wavelength range of each channel. These data are for information only and cannot be changed by the user. The spectrometer reinitialization button is also duplicated on this screen. The button next to it returns the screen to the display of user configurable parameters. The parameter values currently displayed in this configuration window will be saved to the libsoft configuration file when the application is shut down and automatically reloaded the next time the application is started.